Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, compelling testimony before the Lewiston Mass Shooting Commission on the 6-month anniversary.
Plus, a local hospital is taking mammograms on the road with hopes of reaching more women.
And high school students from all around the state are taking part in a unique cooking competition.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. We'll have those stories coming up, along with an interesting Destination Devon today. We'll be hearing about some guy who has a very unique collection.
Related to bodily functions.
Yeah, it is unusual, but it's a very entertaining story too. So we'll have that coming up. But first, to check the forecast, and it's looking pretty nice. Today should be pretty nice. A few clouds in the sky today, but things will be brightening up as we head into the weekend.
And warming up too.
Yes.
Good stuff. Here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Downey's Trailer Service in Ellsworth, offering parts, sales, and full-service repair on all trailers. Your local Load Right authorized dealer. Stop by or call us today at 207-813-0007. All right, let's get into things this morning. And overall, not too bad. All the advisories have since expired for us, so we have nothing in effect, at least at this point. So that's some good news to report there. Now on land, we're looking really good as well. Another quiet day on the way. As we're watching this, a few clouds have been passing through this morning. Overall, we'll see a good amount of sunshine today and some clouds mixed in from time to time. As we zoom things out, again, looking pretty good across parts of the northeast. Another quiet start across the region. Further off towards the west, especially across the Midwest, showers and thunderstorms are developing there this morning. Futurecast for us, a lot of sunshine, maybe some passing clouds during the afternoon and evening time frame. Overall, looking pretty quiet today, tonight, and also as we get going into tomorrow as well. A little bit of a breeze out there, though, to start things off. We'll be at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. It'll stay around in that area today and also the parts of tonight. And the winds looking pretty quiet to start things off for tomorrow. So for today, middle 50s, partly cloudy. Northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we have upper 20s under a mostly clear sky with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Alrighty, your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. A lot of sunshine, maybe some clouds for the afternoon. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you later on. Well, Maine State Police have now identified a body that was discovered in Caribou earlier this week. The body is that of a deceased man who was located on the bank of the Aroostook River between the dam and Fort Street at around 1 p.m. Tuesday. They believe it is the body of a missing man. The body had been identified by the Office of the Medical Examiner as 39-year-old Eric Foote of Washburn. He had been missing since January. A state police spokesperson says the cause and manner of his death are still under investigation. This, of course, all comes as former Washburn Police Sergeant Chandler Cole was charged with tampering with evidence in the case. He's accused of falsifying his reports on the last night that Foote was seen alive. Anyone with questions or information about Foote's disappearance should contact the Aroostook County Sheriff's Office.
The commission investigating the Lewiston mass shooting on October 25th conducted its 9th public hearing on Thursday on the 6-month anniversary of the shootings. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard explains who they heard from and what was said.
On Thursday, the commission investigating the Lewiston mass shooting heard from the head of Maine's Victims Advocate Services and more members of Robert Card's Army Reserve Unit.
In some ways, these initial conversations between next of kin and advocates followed the typical pattern of a homicide case.
Daryl Reed is an Army reservist who worked with Card at the Saco Armory and trained at West Point with Card in the months prior to the shooting. He told the commission Card was a regular, hard-working guy, but that all changed when Card got hearing aids.
And he started hearing voices, like he started picking up like conversations across the room. He thought, people were talking about him in negative ways. And then it just progressed from there, from January up until July.
Reed added when Card arrived at West Point, he knew something was off.
He turned like 180 degrees, his teeth were gritting. And when I turned around, I could see he was pretty amped up. And I thought I was gonna get punched in the back of the head. That's how mad he was.
Another reservist, friend, and former roommate of Card testified that he sent a warning to Army officers about a potential mass shooting and threat to the Saco Armory.
The way he was behaving was very threatening. He was escalating. It was just the totality of circumstance through the events leading all the way up to that moment where I was pretty convinced he was going to use harm.
According to the commission, they're expected to have around 3 more public hearings before releasing their final report later this summer. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, a hospital in Piscataquis County is changing the way women receive mammogram screenings by putting their state-of-the-art technology on wheels. Our Grace Blanchard brings us a closer look at the state's first ever mobile mammography service.
We are overwhelmed with excitement.
The Northern Lights C.A. Dean Hospital in Greenville recently launched a groundbreaking new service for breast cancer screenings.
We're really hoping that all the women take advantage of it because we really are here to provide this life-saving care.
The new mammography mobile unit, which was purchased with congressionally directed funds secured by Senator Susan Collins, is the first of its kind in the state.
Almost the exact same room, so we have the mammo unit here, and then we've got our entire tech area back here.
The van is equipped with the same 3D technology that they have in the hospital. Members of the mammography team say it will allow them to reach more patients in rural areas.
I think this is definitely going to help us branch out and collect a lot more patients and help them get access to quality mammograms as well.
According to hospital officials, women should be receiving yearly screenings when they turn 40. However, only 2/3 of women in Piscataquis County over the age of 40 have had a mammogram in the past 2 years.
Because a lot of times distance can be a huge barrier, which makes women defer their screening mammograms.
But they hope to change that with their new set of wheels.
If we can bring this service into those communities and hopefully allow those women to be able to get their screenings, then we've really filled that need.
They plan to start traveling with the van to various communities across the state this summer. In Greenville, I'm Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Now that the majority of Maine's lakes and ponds have completely thawed out, it's now time for scientists to go to work to combat algae blooms. One organization in Maine is determined to stay ahead of the curve. In Augusta, scientists say algae blooms can be very destructive and even dangerous. If left untreated, they can eventually squeeze much-needed oxygen from an ecosystem. It can also pose a risk for humans and animals if the algae is consumed or touched, sometimes causing prolonged illnesses and symptoms, including stomach pain, headaches, and liver damage. To prevent this, Warramuntagus Lake Association helped fund a chemical treatment for Togus Pond that will help eliminate these blooms.
We are utilizing a product used to treat drinking water. It's called aluminum sulfate, commonly found in pickle relishes and acids. And we utilize that to bind the phosphorus in the lake. And the phosphorus is the driver for blue-green algae growth.
The process is quite complex, yet simple. The aluminum sulfate is loaded onto an application barge. Once it's ready to go, the barge heads to a predetermined treatment zone where it is then dumped. Barrow says the treatment will continue to be applied in Togus Pond daily until this evening.
Well, most of us are happy to see spring and warmer weather, but for some it can mean the arrival of seasonal allergies as well. Dr. Rung Chi Lee at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center says most of it happens as things start to bud and pollen is in the air. He says the best way to deal with allergies is to avoid the triggers while you're outside.
Long sleeves, mask if we need it, try to avoid exposure basically. And at home, make sure we can change right away.
Lee says there are other tips you can also try. He says it's important to clean off your pets if they play outside so they don't bring the pollen inside with them. Have outdoor and indoor shoes to keep the pollen away. You can also limit your time outside or use over-the-counter medications to control your allergy symptoms. Go to walk-in care or the emergency room if you are having a severe reaction like trouble breathing or swallowing. If you do develop some allergies, and that happens from time to time as people get older, you can develop allergies or lose them, talk to your doctor because there are some treatments you can do if you have them really bad. I used to have terrible grass allergies when I was a kid. Kind of growing out of them now, but.
I actually am as well. I used to have to take loratadine every day. It's kind of easing up these days, but I have a nasal spray for as needed use.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they can be a pain too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right, the time now is 8:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Hirundo Wildlife Refuge is hosting a Meet a Scientist event over the weekend in honor of Earth Day.
We'll tell you all about it, but first another check of the forecast. Looking pretty nice too. Partly cloudy today with highs up near 55 degrees. Mostly clear tonight, lows dropping down to the upper 20s. Tomorrow looks like a great day on the way for Saturday. A mostly sunny day with highs near 64. We'll be right back.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
There's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%. Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It removes 99% of grease and grime in half the time. It cleans so well, you can replace multiple cleaning products. Try Dawn Power Wash.
Are you experiencing foot pain? Comfort Shoes and More has a team of experts trained in pet orthotics to help you find relief. They offer tailored fittings, shoe modifications, customized orthotics, and much more for the ordinary or for the hard-to-fit foot, with fashionable and functional footwear from today's top brands: Hoka, Brooks, Keen, Teva, Taos, Ufus, and Birkenstocks. From running to walking, casual or dress, they have it all. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
When My Mechanic Company wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. My Mechanic Company, located in Carmel, is your go-to for auto repair. Whether you need brakes, tires, diagnostics, or a state inspection, My Mechanic has you covered. Come see why My Mechanic should be your mechanic.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Dale pues, mamá ya, muévete más loco, como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, pon la mano en la cabeza, sacúdete, 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 mira, sacúdete.
Welcome back, everyone. It's getting to be that time of year where Commercial Street in Portland gets more crowded and the ferry lines can get long. Now, for the first time in 15 years, the board passed ticket price increases. Johnny Maffey has reactions and where those increases go from here.
Right now, to hop over to Peaks Island on the ferry during peak tourism season, it costs $7.70. But this morning, the board voted to increase that price to $14 to get to any island.
The Casco Bay Lines board says it's operating at a $4.3 million loss, which is evened out by grants, but ticket prices haven't gone up in more than a decade. The ferry is funded for 2024, which brought into question if the process was being rushed. Islanders for and against the higher rates weighed in.
People, everybody, whether you're rich, poor, whether you're working or retired, expect prices to go up. It's unfortunately a fact of life. So I think, number one, that this is long overdue.
My concern is pretty much consistent with if you're a resident and you have a family or friends coming, you need to have some mechanism for buying a reduced rate ticket than the $14.
An amendment to add a family book for residents failed, but the chair of the Finance Committee says she's committed to consider it later on.
When my kids want to come out to the island or something, it would be nice to be able to not have that be $14 for them to come out.
Although I appreciate all the work everybody did, I think it's, very time consuming. But I also believe it does not have to be that aggressive.
Another amendment which unanimously passed expands the discount rate for kids from 5 to 13 years old to 5 to 18 years old. The 30 and 90-day passes are also options frequent riders can look to. Some Islanders say the rate hike is worth the year-round service.
I know these guys work really hard, and like I said, in the winter, I'm not sure if they're making any money at all. So what they're doing, I think, is fine.
So the proposal that passed now heads to the Maine PUC with hopes of implementing it sometime in June.
The Hirundo Wildlife Refuge is hosting a Meet a Scientist event this weekend in honor of Earth Day. The event will be held at Binnett Park in Old Town from 10 to 1 on Saturday. It's open to people of all ages and will serve as a way to teach people about the science taking place all around them.
Whether it's forests or archaeology or raptor biology, there's all kinds of exciting things happening.
Kids who attend the event will receive their own science passports, which will be stamped by each scientist they meet. The fully marked passports can be traded in at the end of the day for a science poster of their choice. To learn more about the programs Hirundo has to offer, visit our website.
They've got a busy summer of activities planned. Boy, they do everything. They have like yoga people come in. They do yoga outside.
Lovely.
Free kayak rentals, all kinds of things.
So there's stuff for adults and families.
Adults and kids, all kinds of things aimed at kids, and they're trying to teach kids about the world around them. Hopefully, they'll become good stewards of the land as they grow up.
Yeah, I'm still interested about raptor biology.
Go check it
Pretty
out.
cool. They probably mean birds.
Yeah, raptor birds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like the dinosaurs.
Right.
I don't think they have any up in Old
Right,
Town.
like
but
where did that come from?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Okay, the time now is 8:16. After the break, some of the best young chefs from across the state gathered in Orono yesterday for a team cooking competition. We'll check that out.
Plus, despite it being quite early, some golf courses are opening up for the season. We'll have the details on those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Introducing the Chevy family of SUVs. Do more with tech. Do more with safety. Do more with style. The Chevy family of SUVs. There's one for everything you do. Qualified Chevy lessees can get this Trailblazer for around $299 a month. Or current Chevy owners can get $1,000 cash allowance on this Trailblazer.
Alice loves the scent of Gain so much, she wished there was a way to make it last longer. Say hello to your fairy godmother, Alice. And long-lasting Gain scent beads, part of the irresistible scent collection from Gain.
I got hurt by a big truck. Why did I call the twos? Because life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. We got a client who broke multiple bones in a commercial vehicle accident, $700,000. Call the twos. We win for you.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrix material, which is twice as strong as vinyl, delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Andersen. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Andersen handles everything, from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and a superior process.
It's the people. It's the process.
It's the product.
Call now to get our exceptional signature service. This fantastic offer is available only for a limited time. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
We believe in the 2-minute drill, goal line stands, toe taps, strip sacks. We believe in beer snakes, the giddy up, and whatever this guy's doing. We believe in speed, power, hustle, and grit, and that nothing is more dangerous than a man with a dream.
A star is born in the UFL.
We believe in football, the United Football League, Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
Each year, UMaine's Cooperative Extension Program brings the brightest teenage chefs from around the state to compete in their cooking challenge.
Our Doug Banks takes us inside the kitchen for a closer look.
Chase Gerard was one of nearly a dozen high schoolers who participated in UMaine's annual Innovative Local Foods Cooking Challenge.
This is a lot more stressful, in my opinion, than restaurant work where I have my own space and I get to calmly cut things.
Students from 10 career technical education culinary arts programs had 1 hour and 30 minutes to gather, cut, cook, and present their dish. All the while, 3 judges watched and rated their performance.
You gotta have the mind to relax, but it's very chaotic.
The ingredients competitors used were limited, but they had one thing in common. They were all authentically Maine sourced.
Not being able to use just regular cane sugar, their sweeteners are local honey, maple sugar, or maple syrup.
We're getting to plant the seed, right, and start getting these young people thinking about Maine's food system.
As Chase's risotto moves from the chaos of the kitchen into the quiet suspense of the judge's room. He credits strong teamwork for the end result.
Kobe, my partner, if you don't have good communication with your partner, he could be doing something you're already doing or something completely wrong, and that will put off the balance for your entire dish.
In Orono, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Neat experience for them.
Locally sourced ingredients. What a good lesson.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, the time now is 8:20.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Downey's Trailer Service in Ellsworth, offering parts, sales, and full-service repair on all trailers. Your local LoadRight authorized dealer. Stop by or call us today at 207-813-0007. All righty, let's check out the wave heights this morning. We have no advisories in effect at this time, either offshore or on land either. And overall, we're looking pretty good out there as well. Wave heights staying down at around 1 to 2 feet at this time. Now on land, looking pretty quiet out there. Just a few clouds that are developing, tracking from the northwest to the south and east. Overall for today, we will call it a partly cloudy sky, as we'll have a mixture of clouds and sunshine across the region, but keep the sunglasses handy. We'll see a good amount of sunshine today. Now while we're staying quiet, look what's going on across some parts of the Midwest. Showers and thunderstorms developing, becoming a little bit more widespread with this area low pressure that's presently developing and tracking off towards the north and east. We'll have to wait until next week for this system to hit us to give us some chances for precipitation. But in the short term, no, looking pretty good for us. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky for us today. Coming up later on tonight, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky for a bit, but eventually becoming mostly clear. Then as we head towards your Saturday, a nice start, a lot of sunshine out there. You might notice a few passing clouds from time to time, but by Saturday night, that's when the clouds start to move in for us, and we'll notice them a little bit more as we head towards your Sunday as well. As for the rainfall chances, Sunday proper will stay dry, but by Sunday night, chances for a few rain showers will be possible. We'll push that through pretty quick, catch a little bit of a break. The ones we had later on to the week, especially as we head towards Tuesday morning, chances for rain look to enter the picture yet again. So especially as we head towards next week, that'll be our better opportunities for some rainfall to enter the picture. So in the short term, now I'm going to run this at least through parts of Sunday night. And again, not a lot of rain. You might see a little bit in some spots, but other areas may miss out altogether before we're all finished up. Otherwise, some gusty winds on the way, and a few spots maybe up to 15 miles per hour today, but the winds really start to calm down later on tonight. And then for tomorrow, look at this. The winds really stay calm across the region. So that'll definitely be very nice across the area. So for today, here we go. Middle 50s, partly cloudy, northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, upper 20s under a mostly clear sky, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, here we go. Middle 60s. That'll be nice, mostly sunny with a light and variable wind. All righty, here's looking extended forecast brought to you by Downey's Trailer Service in Ellsworth. Will be mostly cloudy on Sunday with highs in the low 60s. Upper 60s on Monday under a mostly cloudy sky. Rain showers on Tuesday, highs in the mid 50s.
Do you have a wet basement, nasty crawl space, settling foundation, sinking concrete, or clogged gutters? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basement-y. For over 30 years, thousands of homeowners throughout Maine and southeastern New Hampshire have trusted TC Hafford. Basement waterproofing, crawl space repair, stabilizing foundations, concrete leveling, and gutter installation. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems for all things basement-y.
The insurance company wants nothing more than to deny your claim.
Deny.
Meet John.
Delay.
The adjuster. He sticks
Deny.
to the 3 Ds.
Delay. Deny. No. Devalue.
And if he does have to pay, it's often with a very tiny check.
At first I was going to delay, and then I thought, no. Denied.
They called the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Maybe we should settle this one.
If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe, the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
When you smell the amazing scent of Gain Flings, time stops. And you realize you're in love.
Steve!
With a laundry detergent. Gain Flings, seriously good scent.
When the Coach House Restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House Restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Of course you're doing well. You're here on Wheel of Fortune.
Let's go win some money.
These contestants are going places.
We're sending you to Aruba,
Italy, Scandinavia. They're moving and shaking.
Let's go.
You could try to make it look a little harder. Getting it done.
Did you get one more? Yes.
Yes. Here on Wheel.
The perfect place
place to be.
And this is it, right?
It's right here.
Due to the NFL Draft, Wheel of Fortune will air on Fox 22.
At the U.S. Supreme Court, Donald Trump's attorneys tried to convince justices the former president has wide-ranging immunity from prosecution in an election interference case. Fox News chief legal correspondent Shannon Bream was outside the nation's highest court with the latest.
We're writing a rule for the ages.
It is a task for the history books. After nearly 3 hours of arguments, the 9 justices must now wrestle with whether a former president has some measure of criminal immunity for acts taken while he was in office. Which of the January 6th related allegations were the private actions of candidate Trump versus something officially within the purview of then President Trump? Many of the justices signaled they're thinking far beyond the case at hand and trying to gauge the real-life fallout of resolving those complex debates, including Justice Alito.
If an incumbent who loses a very close, hotly contested election knows that a real possibility after leaving office is not that the president is going to be able to go off into a peaceful retirement, but that the president may be criminally prosecuted by a bitter political opponent.
Alito asking whether that would lead the country into a cycle that ends up destabilizing democracy. While Justice Jackson worried about the implications of the court granting sweeping criminal immunity for all future presidents.
If the potential for criminal liability is taken off the table, wouldn't there be a significant risk that future presidents would be emboldened to commit crimes with abandon while they're in office?
Those questions also provoking other justices to ask about whether a president can actually pardon himself in advance in the waning days of his administration in anticipation of facing possible criminal charges after leaving office. Justice Kagan noted the framers did not include a presidential immunity clause in the Constitution.
They were reacting against a monarch who claimed to be above the law. Wasn't the whole point that the president was not a monarch, and the president was not supposed to be above the law?
If the court operates as it usually does, there will be a private vote behind closed doors on Friday. From that point, the work of writing the opinions begins. And during that process, votes can and sometimes do change. A decision is due by the end of the term in late June. At the Supreme Court, Shannon Bream, Fox News.
Well, meanwhile, hundreds of arrests around the country as protesting over the Israel-Hamas war intensifies at some of the nation's biggest colleges and universities. Fox News senior correspondent Steve Harrigan with that story.
Chaos at Emory University in Atlanta. Officers with weapons and in tactical gear forcibly removing people who set up an overnight encampment on campus. The school later saying activists were trespassing and were not even part of the university. Similar scenes of violence at Boston's Emerson College overnight, where more than 100 people were arrested after police removed tents in a public alley. Free Palestine! Meanwhile, demonstrations were a lot calmer after dozens of arrests at the University of Texas at Austin Wednesday.
It's definitely gotten out of control.
But as protests over the Israeli-Hamas war grow at colleges and universities around the country, there is fatigue setting in for some, especially at Columbia University, where the protest movement started.
There needs to be a serious disciplinary process. The NYPD needs to take them off our campus. These students need to get off the lawns so that I can graduate.
But that's unlikely to happen anytime soon. Protest organizers say they are still negotiating with school administrators.
There's no deadline. It's a timeline for negotiation. It's not a deadline to bring police enforcement or any other law enforcement.
Earlier in the day, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar even stopped by the encampment with her daughter, who attends Columbia.
I just wanted to see and make sure that that we were hearing from the young people that it is peaceful.
USC canceled its graduation due to security concerns. Columbia may do the same. In New York, Steve Harrigan, Fox News.
The Israel-Hamas war escalating tensions across the Middle East and the world. A senior Hamas official is laying out what he says it will take for the group to establish a ceasefire. Fox News' Gary Baumgarten reports.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu still says a ground invasion into the southern Gaza city of Rafah is critical to eliminating the remaining Hamas strongholds in the region. This, as a senior Hamas official speaking to the Associated Press in Turkey, reveals the terror group is ready to continue ceasefire negotiations.
If they can't finish Hamas off, what is the solution? The solution is to go to consensus. We have repeatedly offered the establishment of a fully sovereign Palestinian state.
Hamas says it is willing to agree to a 5-year or longer truce with Israel, adding it would lay down its weapons and transform into a political party, but that's if an independent Palestinian state is formed. This would include territory in the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and Gaza. Israeli officials are not expected to entertain this idea, especially with more than 100 hostages still in Hamas captivity.
Until Hamas releases our hostages, the IDF will continue to pursue Hamas.
If we are not assured the war will end, why would I hand over the prisoners?
But anger over the lack of progress surrounding the hostages' release is boiling over. Police arresting protesters Wednesday night outside the home of Prime Minister Netanyahu in Jerusalem. Demonstrators lit fires in the street as hundreds demanded the government do more to secure the hostages' freedom. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
And coming up on the second half of the newscast, Devin Dagnall will tell us about a website that might make your stomach churn in this week's Destination Devin.
A very unusual collection indeed.
Good word for it.
We'll have the story when we come back.
Spring is here, and so are the savings at the Furniture Gallery. Relax with a reclining sofa and recliner for only $9.98. Opening up camp, queen mattresses starting at $188, and sleeper sofas starting at $598. Power lift recliners also starting at $598, or save $100 on medical grade lift recliners. All Flex Steel now 10% off, and all Von Bassett bedroom sets 20% off. It's easy to buy at the Furniture Gallery with 18-month 0% interest financing. The Furniture Gallery.
You're not going to want to miss this.
Jeopardy, like the Everest of trivia.
Spit and truth therapy.
You gotta feel smart. If you wanna look smart, do smart, be smart, think smart, talk smart, be smart. You are smart, smarty pants.
What is Equus?
Nitroglycerin. Avignon.
Hyperglycemia. You got revenge on that category.
I sure did.
You got to unleash the power.
Woo!
That's the path to Jeopardy success.
You know, I like that, yeah.
Yes.
Due to the NFL draft, Jeopardy will air on Fox 22.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, April 26th, 2024. It's also National No Makeup Day.
Yeah, I like it. This holiday is obsessed.
A little subliminal thing. I can't even say the word, but
obsessed.
Yeah.
It's observed by women all over the world and encourages them to go barefaced for one day to appreciate their natural beauty. Celebrities like Cindy Crawford, Lady Gaga, and Alicia Keys have all endorsed the no makeup trend, with Keys saying she doesn't want to hide anymore. She has been makeup-free since 2016. For some, going without makeup can be intimidating, so it's best to do whatever it is that makes you feel most comfortable. And I'd say either way, you're gonna get criticism of how you look, especially as a woman, either way. So do whatever you feel most comfortable with, and that can go either way.
You should do that every day. Do it. It makes you feel good about yourself, you know. So
Right, I know.
Today is a good day for it,
yeah,
too.
I know, and even if today's the holiday, but
Yeah.
it shouldn't be the norm that people have to wear makeup, even if it is, just to go to work.
I agree. Do it. Makes you feel good.
Right.
All right, moving on to history now. On this day in history, back in 1514, astronomer Nicholas Copernicus made the first observation of the planet Saturn. He would later propose that the sun is stationary and that the Earth and the planets move in a circular orbit around it. A lot of people thought he was crazy, but turns out He was the smart guy.
Right, right.
In 1865, John Wilkes Booth, the assassin of President Abraham Lincoln, was surrounded by federal troops in Virginia and was killed. In 1941, an organ was played for the first time at a Major League Baseball game. That one took place in Chicago.
It wouldn't really be a baseball game without the
No,
organ.
can you imagine without that now?
Right.
You know, it's kind of the fill-in, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So
It makes a lot of people really happy.
that's my impersonation of an organ.
I don't know how
but
you would do a really good impression of an organ.
All right. Moving on. In 1954, the first major trials of the polio vaccine began. More than 400,000 children received the shot in those first 3 months. And in 1956, the first Godzilla movie, called Godzilla King of Monsters, premiered in New York. I'm a big fan too.
Yeah, it's hard to keep them apart these days, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Godzilla movies.
And several versions with the same title.
Right,
and,
right. Ugh. And in 1964, the Boston Celtics won their 6th consecutive NBA title. They would win 2 more before the streak came to an end. And in 1986, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded in Ukraine, killing 31 people and spreading contamination across Eastern and Western Europe. And in 1977, the legendary nightclub Studio 54 opened in New York City. And in 1994, voting began in South Africa's first all-race elections. It resulted in the election of Nelson Mandela. And in 2021, a Texas resident, this one's kind of crazy, she narrowly avoided a felony after forgetting to return a VHS rental tape after 22 years. Even though the store had already closed, Karen McBride showed she was guilty of felony embezzlement for not returning a copy of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I just watched that last night too, so that's strange. The case was eventually dropped.
Yeah, this is one of those things she didn't even realize she had the tape and probably went to look up her record or something, and they say, hey, you've been convicted of felony embezzlement.
Which is crazy.
She's like, what?
Because, I guess I understand a lot of things a lot less. Because it's like, you'd think you'd know if that was on your record.
Yeah, maybe she was applying for a job or something, and or whatever. The good thing is they cleared it from her record, and it's no big deal, but got to pay attention to those
VHS
things.
tape. Yeah. I forgot to return a library book, and I realized the other day when I went back to the library for the first time in a few years, or that specific library, and I was like,
oh, $60,000.
Right. It was 17.
Really?
Yeah. And they let me go on a payment plan.
Well, there you go.
They're really nice folks at Bangor Public Library.
They are indeed.
Yeah.
All right, time for birthdays today. Our birthday list today includes actor Channing Tatum, who is 44, sorry.
I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Former First Lady Melania Trump is 54. She's 54 today. And this is also the birthday of actress Carol Burnett, who is 91 years old today. Such a talent there, too. I used to love her show growing up.
Quick wit on her.
Yeah.
She's awesome. All right, moving right along. It's been kind of chilly, even though we've had the sun, but I think it's warming up as these days go into the weekend.
Yeah, we're going to have some sunshine tomorrow, heading into around 60 degrees,
Lovely.
which feels great this time of year.
A lot better than 50 has kind of been what it's been lately.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Downey's Trailer Service in Ellsworth, offering parts, sales, and full-service repair on all trailers. Your local Load Right authorized dealer. Stop by or call us today at 207-813-0007. All right, let's get into things this morning. And overall, not too bad. All the advisories have since expired for us, so we have nothing in effect, at least at this point. So that's some good news to report there. Now on land, we're looking really good as well. Another quiet day on the way. As we're watching this, a few clouds have been passing through this morning. Overall, we'll see a good amount of sunshine today and some clouds mixed in from time to time. As we zoom things out, again, looking pretty good across parts of the northeast. Another quiet start across the region. Further off towards the west, especially across the Midwest, showers and thunderstorms are developing there this morning. Futurecast for us, a lot of sunshine, maybe some passing clouds during the afternoon and evening time frame. Overall, looking pretty quiet today, tonight, and also as we get going into tomorrow as well. A little bit of a breeze out there, though, to start things off. We'll be at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. It'll stay around in that area today and also the parts of tonight. And the winds looking pretty quiet to start things off for tomorrow. So for today, middle 50s, partly cloudy. Northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we have upper 20s under a mostly clear sky with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Alrighty, your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. A lot of sunshine, maybe some clouds for the afternoon. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, here we go. By day, Steve Silverberg is a mild-mannered, fit packing guide traveling all over the world, helping people to get into shape while also exploring the great outdoors.
But on the side, he has a very interesting, steadily growing collection. We won't tell you what it is because it's a little hard to stomach, but our Devin Dagnall has the details.
Good morning, Devin.
Thanks, Emma and Craig. For this week's destination, we're heading online to check out a catalog that's like nothing I've ever seen. I can't wait to tell you all about it in this week's Destination Devin.
What kept you collecting?
I thought, how can I ensure that women won't go out on a date with me? And that's what I came up with.
Barfbags.com is exactly what it sounds like, but I still won't spare you any details. It's an online museum that showcases thousands upon thousands of motion sickness bags. The site's creator-curator is Maynard Steve Silverberg, an emesis bag enthusiast who's been collecting sickness sacks for decades.
I probably have the 10th largest collection in the world.
His interest in puke parcels began when he took a flight from Chicago to Boston for college.
And I saw the bag and had that eureka moment. It's like, oh, I bet I can collect these.
After that, he'd get bags from buddies or on his occasional flight, but things really took off in the age of the internet. Online, Steve was able to find an international community of vomit bag collectors and admirers eager to trade and in some cases donate their treasured receptacles.
There are a number of people who have silently collected air sickness bags all their lives, and then their wives made them throw them out, so they send them to me.
Out of the thousands, there are a few puke bags that stand out among the rest. For example, this bag was sent out with the promotional material for the 1997 video game Colony Wars. You can see why you might need it. But according to Steve, the crown jewel of his collection is a bag that might have actually been to space. It's an official NASA-issued emesis bag for astronauts. But how he got it is rather hush-hush.
Years ago, I wrote away to NASA to try to get one, and they sent me an official letter saying this is a government secret. We can't possibly part with this.
Such an impressive collection has garnered its fair share of attention. Most recently, Steve and his museum were featured in The Last Barf Bag, a mini-documentary that explores the relation between the rise of the motion sickness drug Dramamine and the decline of barf bags.
Dramamine would like to assert that it's because of them, and I won't say that there's no validity to that, but I think a lot of that.
My main takeaway is that he said he's like one of the top 10 collectors in the world, so that means there's people with larger collections.
Yeah, there's 9 others out there that have an even bigger one.
Right. 9 others with a lot larger. Apparently, he doesn't know who it is, but there's a very big European market for barf bags. They're very eclectic over there, especially in Germany for some reason. They like to take them to show, hey, I went on this airline. That's like their postcard for some reason.
That's fantastic. I love that.
They love it over there.
People will collect anything, too, I'm convinced.
Something for everyone.
I kind of want one now, though.
You can buy them from him.
Yeah, right.
Go on barfbags.com, which we'll have a link to up on our website later today.
Okay. I'll check out barfbags.com.
Thank you, Devin.
I'll be sure to do that.
Thank you. Business should think about printing up their own. It's kind of like a little calling card for people.
Maybe you should do that.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay, right after the break, Ryan Sudol will have sports.
Planet Oats, so creamy and not watery like.
Exactly, and unsweetened, has 0 grams of sugar.
And don't forget, it's an excellent source of calcium. Wow, Planet Oat really has it all.
An official message from Medicare.
A new law is helping us save more money on prescription drugs. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, our drug premiums are 0, and our out-of-pocket costs are low.
I enrolled and I'm saving money. If you're single and make less than $23,000 a year, or are a married couple making less than $31,000, you may qualify and save. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp.
Hi, I need new tires. Perfect timing. Right now, during our tire savings event, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for only $1.
Wow, that's a great deal.
Right? Can you imagine finding a tire for less?
Sorry, honey. Mama needs a tire.
No, Definitely not. No. Let's get you those tires. Okay.
Right now, during our tire savings event, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Sometimes your work shirt needs to be for more than just work. Like when it needs to be a big, soft shoulder to cry on. Which is why Downy does more to make clothes softer, fresher, and better. Downy. Breathe life into your laundry.
Hey, Red Sox fans. You've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes from Chase's Family Restaurant and Hideaway Lounge or from Chick-fil-A. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Blind Faith Tattoo, Bangor, K&M Auto, Holden, Old Town Redemption Center, and Twin City Tile Brewer.
Hi, Eastern Maine. Watch 25 Words or Less with me, Meredith Vieira, weekdays at 9 a.m. after Good Morning Maine on Fox 22.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with the NFL Draft. Thursday night, the Patriots selecting third, their highest pick since 1993. Needing a franchise quarterback, the Pats getting just that. They hope. Former North Carolina quarterback Drake May is coming to Foxborough with that third pick in the first round. May starting 26 games over 3 seasons as a Tar Heel with 63 touchdown passes and 16 interceptions, going 17-9 as a starter. May brings a great combo of arm strength, quick feet, and size at 6'4", 230. And he is a risk taker out there for better or for worse. Either way, May could not be more excited to bring his competitive spirit to the Pats.
Oh, it's a blessing. I'm blessed. I'm usually a man a lot of words. It left me speechless. So I'm excited to be here tonight. And Pats Nation, let's go, man. Let's go. Pats Nation. Anything keeping score, I'm here to win. And, the Patriots get my whole family, all my brothers, everybody. I'm a full package. So looking forward to it. And let's go, Boston.
Maybe the first order of business should be making sure he gets on the right train. All right, now let's go to the ice. Despite losing Bradley Nadeau and a few other impactful players to the pros, it's been a pretty successful offseason so far for Maine hockey. They've got great guys coming back and coming in, plus they've got some high expectations for next season. Tyler Cruz has more.
Our team has some unfinished business to take care of.
The way that season ended last year, we have a lot more to prove this year and should be an exciting year.
As soon as Maine hockey's season ended, they hit the ground running.
This offseason is going to be really huge, and it's a great opportunity for us to work on our skills and hopefully come in next year full head of steam.
We haven't stopped since the day we lost.
After playing in their first NCAA tournament game since 2012, Maine hockey has a taste, and all that does is leave them wanting more.
We took steps this year, but we didn't accomplish, the ultimate goal. Similar to last year when we failed in the first round, this year we failed in the first round of the NCAA, and hopefully we can learn from that, incorporate that into our culture with just how hard it is and how important every little thing is, and learn from it and go further.
And the Black Bears have all the confidence that they can go further.
There's a ton of belief. We know what we have in our room. We know what kind of culture we have.
With a ton of their main guys coming back, including both of their captains, Lyndon Breen and David Brazil, and their second leading scorer in Josh Nadeau, plus 4 impactful transfers and a great freshman class, the vibes are high, and so are the expectations.
We love who we have coming back and coming in, and we believe it's the right group to go out and compete for a national championship, compete for a Hockey East championship. That's the goal. That's the one thing on all of our minds.
I think it'll be the deepest team we've ever had. To me, it's just about, do we have 20 guys dressed every night that are capable of thriving in this environment? And hopefully we're there. And if we're there, like you saw, like our guys believe that we can go the distance.
All of us here wants to win the whole thing, and that's what we work on every day to get to.
From Bangor, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Now let's go to some girls lacrosse action. Fresh off their first ever win as a program against MCI Tuesday, the Hamden Brewer Co-op facing off against fellow co-op Lawrence Winslow. Score 3-2 Lawrence after 1 quarter. So let's go to the second quarter. Off a foul, it's HAB's Bella Saucier charging in from a few yards out, and just like that, we are tied up at 3. Later on, ground ball collected by HAB's Ainsley Goodwin. A little rainbow shot just gets past Waverly O'Toole and in HAB leads 4-3. Now to the third quarter, same score. Lawrence trying to equalize, and Kaylee Nutter works her way past the D and bounces it in to make it 4-4. Finally, Lawrence's Whitney Churchill off a Zoe Ward screen from the side of the goal sneaks it in. They go up 5-4. Back and forth from there. Lawrence Winslow goes on to win 9-8 in overtime. Okay, now let's go over to Cameron Stadium where Coney girls lacrosse visits Bangor in a battle of the Rams. First quarter, Coney up 1-0. Macy Freeman already has 1 goal. Why not make it 2 as Coney goes up 2-0. Later, it's now 3-0, and here comes Ellie Lehman, the freshman for Coney, a one-man wrecking crew. That's a goal. Everybody's happy. It's 4-0. Second quarter now, Coney's Abby Morrill, a great feed up ahead to Emma Bucatello, right in front, but a point-blank save there by Hulda Matson. Finally, it's Morrill again with it off a Freeman screen, and that shot just gets by to make it 5-0 Coney. They go on to win this one 9-4. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Crockett's Excavation and Auto Repair, located in Ellsworth, does it all. Whether you're looking to clear a lot, put in a driveway or road, or establish proper drainage, Crockett's Excavation has you covered. Crockett's Excavation takes pride in the fact that our work stands the test of time. Reach out today for a free estimate.
Febreze. Hi, I use Febreze Fade Defy Plug.
And I use this.
Febreze has a microchip to control scent release, so it smells first day fresh for 50 days.
50 days?
And its refill reminder light means I'll never miss a day of freshness. Febreze Plug.
A new deck is a great, affordable way to improve your home or camp. Hammond Lumber Company can help you create the perfect deck for your outdoor space. Visit Hammond's product showroom and explore their extensive range of decking and railing options. Your Hammond sales rep will be happy to help you with your materials and design choices, and Hammond delivers from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Make this the year you enjoy that new deck you've always wanted. It starts when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Angler's Restaurant in Newport, open daily from 11 to 8. We are your home for fresh seafood. Our specialty is scallops, lobster, fish and chips, and of course, lobster rolls. Now, if seafood is not your preference, we offer fan favorites like cheeseburgers and chicken tenders. Stop by for the atmosphere and stay for the incredible dining experience. Anglers, Maine's family seafood restaurant.
Sheldon and Missy face off in Book Smarts versus Street Smarts.
I'm not feeling so good. Biohazard! Biohazard!
Young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 4 on Fox 22.
Crockett's Excavation and Auto Repair, located in Ellsworth, does it all. Whether you're looking to clear a lot, put in a driveway or road, or establish proper drainage, Crockett's Excavation has you covered. Crockett's Excavation takes pride in the fact that our work stands the test of time. Reach out today for a free estimate.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm here with Jess and Josie of the Cool Girl Collective. It's a new thrift shop in Bangor, but it has a bit of a twist. Guys, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, of course. So, like I said, it's got a bit of a twist to it. Can you explain what's the deal?
So it's a weekly booth consignment rental. So every week we have an entirely new inventory, and you book a booth, like a little closet space to bring your clothes in, and we provide the hangers and the tags.
So anybody can?
Anybody. That's what we want. We want just everybody.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool Girl Collective.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. With the cool stuff, you know, and you have 1 week, and we'll provide the hangers and tags. You provide the prices, so you pick those. We take a 30% commission, and then at the end of the week, you get paid, and we get a whole new group of people in.
I love that, because I can sign, but it's like I wish I had a little bit more control around it.
Yeah.
Because I'll bring stuff to a place, and they'll either accept it or reject it, and I'm like, I kind of feel like that would sell.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But
yeah. Like you get to not feel that way. Like you get a little more power in it, and then you get a higher percentage too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. And we were saying too, there's vendors as well with new stuff, and just you're wearing earrings from somebody we had on the show
Yeah,
a few weeks ago.
I got these at Cool Girl Collective. Jasmine, her business Dreaming Gold, she upcycles jewelry.
Yeah.
And I think everything's so beautiful, and so that's what I put on this morning.
Right, they're beautiful. I love them. But so it's not just folks with clothes. I mean, what kind of stuff are you encouraging people bring or sell, or what's going to be for sale?
So it's anything but electronics that you can fit in your like little booth that we have. They're like, what are they, 30 inches wide and like
cool.
6 feet. So
Plenty of
like
room.
tons of shoes, any accessories. Some people have brought like a little bit of home decor. Some people have brought like books, you know, like not a whole thing of books, but to go with their stuff.
Love it.
Yeah,
to make
it's a
it,
little
and
bit
that
of
makes
everything.
it pretty too, and it's
Right,
good aesthetic.
Yeah.
So, where can people learn more about you? I know the answer because I like the business plan. On Instagram, is this the main way to learn more?
Yeah, we focus mostly on Instagram, but like it all goes on to Facebook, and we do have a website, coolgirlcollect.com.
Yep. So that's where people can kind of find out about the schedule because they want to know when they can come in and be a vendor, right?
And you book directly online for your week ahead, so you'll get all the information there when you book.
Cool. All right, Jess and Josie, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. We'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Downey's Trailer Service in Ellsworth, offering parts, sales, and full service repair on all trailers. Your local Load Right authorized dealer. Stop by or call us today at 207-813-0007. All righty, let's check out the wave heights this morning. We have no advisories in effect at this time, either offshore or on land either. And overall, we're looking pretty good out there as well. Wave height staying down at around 1 to 2 feet at this time. Now on land, looking pretty quiet out there. Just a few clouds that are developing, tracking from the northwest to the south and east. Overall for today, we will call it a partly cloudy sky, as we'll have a mixture of clouds and sunshine across the region, but keep the sunglasses handy. We'll see a good amount of sunshine today. Now, while we're staying quiet, look what's going on across some parts of the Midwest. Showers and thunderstorms developing, becoming a little bit more widespread with this area low pressure that's presently developing and tracking off towards the north and east. We'll have to wait until next week for this system to hit us to give us some chances for precipitation. But in the short term, no, looking pretty good for us. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky for us today. Coming up later on tonight, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky for a bit, but eventually becoming mostly clear. Then as we head towards your Saturday, a nice start, a lot of sunshine out there. You might notice a few passing clouds from time to time, but by Saturday night, that's when the clouds start to move in for us, and we'll notice them a little bit more as we head towards your Sunday as well. As for the rainfall chances, Sunday proper will stay dry, but by Sunday night, chances for a few rain showers will be possible. We'll push that through pretty quick, catch a little bit of a break. The ones we had later on to the week, especially as we head towards Tuesday morning, chances for rain look to enter the picture yet again. So especially as we head towards next week, that'll be our better opportunities for some rainfall to enter the picture. So in the short term, now I'm going to run this at least through parts of Sunday night. And again, not a lot of rain. You might see a little bit in some spots, but other areas may miss out altogether before we're all finished up. Otherwise, some gusty winds on the way in a few spots, maybe up to 15 miles per hour today, but the winds really start to calm down later on tonight. And then for tomorrow, look at this. The winds really stay calm across the region. So that'll definitely be very nice across the area. So for today, here we go. Middle 50s, partly cloudy, northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, upper 20s under a mostly clear sky, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, here we go. Middle 60s. That'll be nice, mostly sunny with a light and variable wind. All righty, here's looking extended forecast brought to you by Downey's Trailer Service in Ellsworth. Will be mostly cloudy on Sunday with highs in the low 60s. Upper 60s on Monday under a mostly cloudy sky. Rain showers on Tuesday, highs in the mid 50s.
Commercial vehicles can be dangerous, and they usually carry big insurance policies. So whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or a big rig like this, we know commercial vehicle accidents, and we know how to get you the big money you may deserve. If any commercial vehicle hurts you, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the Twos. We win for you. Call 222-2222.
Transform your surroundings with Paramount Paving, located in Bangor. They are your paving and seal coating experts. Whether it's residential maintenance to full commercial projects, Paramount Paving delivers quality that lasts. Book before June 1st and enjoy a $250 Visa gift card upon completion of your next paving project. Call us today at 602-8931 or visit us at ParamountPavingLLC.com. Paramount Paving, setting the standard for excellence. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Simple principle. When selection gets low, savings tend to disappear. But now that there's a great selection, there are lots of great savings deals. So come to the Toyota Spring Savings Event, where you could get special low 4.75% financing for 60 months on select luxurious all-wheel drive Highlanders, which could save you up to $2,100. Great selection means great savings deals. At your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Looking for a smarter way to mop? Try the Swiffer Power Mop.
an all-in-one cleaning tool with a 360-degree swivel head that goes places a regular mop just can't. Mop smarter with the Swiffer Power Mop.
When the Coach House Restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House Restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Well, we're looking into an emergency situation underway in Brewer. We don't know a lot at this point, but local schools are in secure mode where they're locking the doors. Nothing is happening at the schools themselves, but something is happening in the community. They wanted to close the schools, not close the schools, close the doors to the schools. Classes are going to continue just like normal as local authorities try to diffuse that situation. More tonight.